What up, YouTube Elleix? Come back at you with another custom StarCraft 2 cast. Today we have a matchup featuring the Synoid versus the Brood War Protoss. And fun fact, this is my first time ever casting a matchup featuring the Synoid on my channel. It should be an interesting one indeed. Let's go ahead and introduce our players, and then we'll jump right into it. Spawning on the top right-hand side of the map, it's our green Synoid player Terrarn going up against his opponent. Spawning on the bottom left-hand side of the map, it's our purple Brood War Protoss player RedHood. I love that name. We do have a scout for Terrarn checking out what RedHood is doing. Both players are expanding as well. Now, I don't know this for a fact, but I believe this matchup specifically is brought to you by the All Races mod, because the All Races mod puts together multiple mods into one so you can pit multiple custom races against each other. It is super sick, and if you're looking at this and you're wondering what the hell even is this, well, I cast custom StarCraft 2 content all the time, so if custom StarCraft 2 is something you're interested in watching more of, please consider subscribing to my channel. I'd greatly appreciate it. I had one viewer refer to these mods as interdimensional cable for the StarCraft 2 universe, and it's so fitting, but I don't remember who commented that. So if you're watching this video, go ahead and leave a comment down below, make yourself known, and I will pin it for you. Now, it looks like RedHood is running across the map with a couple zealots planning to do some economic harassment. This definitely isn't a game-ending push by any means, and look at this. I love the Brood War Zealots. The Brood War Protoss are just goated, man. There's no way around it. Now, one thing to mention about the Synoid, I don't think I said it yet, is they build most of their macro and tech from their main mining structure, the Mycosynaptic Choir. So they basically just spit stuff out of this chimney and build stuff. It's really cool. Anyway, we do have the Zealots running to the mineral line for the natural base. For Terrarn, we do have the Atrocity here trying to do some damage, almost going down, but running back to the support of the other Atrocity. I think 2 workers went down in this engagement. These Zealots are just so tanky, taking all these shots from the Atrocities, forcing the worker aggression as well from Terrarn, ultimately losing three what are these called again? Prospectors, the probe equivalent for the Synoid. So losing 3 workers, not too bad, all things considered. Taking a look at the resources lost, that will be at a slight deficit for our purple Brood War Protoss player. Now, full disclosure, I've never played the Synoid, and my knowledge of the Synoid is basically the macro mechanics, and that's it. So, yeah. It's going to be an interesting game today, you guys. It's going to be really interesting, but I think it's going to be kind of fun casting it blind, for sure. We have a lot of Dragoons, though, able to deny the push from Terrarn. Now, I did see what was an interesting shield kind of animation on these Atrocities. It looks like they actually have an ability, but it requires a psionic shield matrix, which I don't believe is researched yet. But it almost looked like a shell from the old school Dragoon. Not Dragoon, excuse me, the old school Immortal. Now, more Atrocities being built. They look almost like a mix between, I don't know, a Goliath and a Stalker. They look more like Goliaths to me. Leave a comment down below what you think these things look like. I think they look more like Goliaths. One other thing I also want to mention about this mod is the portraits. I mean, look at this. They are so cool. The Cremator, our kind of, I want to say, Marine equivalent, has a fully rendered profile. So does the Atrocity. And the Mycosynaptic Choir, I love this. And take a look at the Prospector. It looks like a probe. Man, that's cool. I think that's actually a probe asset, if I'm not mistaken, from one of the custom skins. Anyway, we do have a third base coming down for both players, actually. Not bad. Taking a look at the units, how many workers do we have for each player? 46 workers for our purple Brood War player, and we have 44 workers now for our green Synoid player. For a second, I thought I saw something on the mini-map, something purple. I was sussed out, but nope, there's nothing there. I got excited. By the way, you guys, Happy New Year. This is my first video ever of 2025. I kind of fell off of my preferred posting schedule, but I was busy. I was out of town for multiple days at a time during the holiday season, but we are back. I'm still technically in a garage, but you know, I'm back to a more stable living situation. So I will be able to post more videos. I promise I'm not homeless. I am just transient right now, but I am paying rent, so I'm not officially homeless, and we'll leave it at that. I'm totally employed, I promise. We have the shuttle here. I thought this was what was going to happen. We have Reavers in this shuttle, and we have a big push of Dragoons as well. I wonder if the Dragoons are going to be kind of a decoy push while the Reavers will be dropped into the mineral line. I would love to see that. Either way, though, you do need a shuttle for those Reavers because the Reavers are outrageously slow, almost infuriatingly slow. But seeing the shuttle with a lot of Dragoons, this should tell Terrarn that there are definitely Reavers on the map, and they do make themselves known. And here we go. We have a push. So much splash damage is going to be dealt onto this army with these Reavers, and I love the mass Dragoons as well. This is going to be a super sick engagement. What do we have here? We have Rankers as well. Looks like some sort of Rhino unit. I mean, look at this portrait. Let's actually take a closer look. Yeah, it's literally like a Rhino creature. What is this? We also have the Griffin, which is in interceptor mode, which gives it a 10% movement speed increase. This has to be like some sort of observer style unit. I don't think it's cloaked though, is it? Why aren't the Dragoons attacking it? That's interesting. This is also a really interesting animation. So, yeah, but it does do damage. Does it do ground damage? No, it doesn't. So it only does air damage. 7 and 14 versus light. Not too bad at all. Both players kind of chilling right now. Let's take a look at the total supply. 125 total supply for our purple player to 113 for our green Synoid player. Man, this is such a cool mod. I did see some movement in the middle of the map. There are so many interesting units. What is this? We have an armed warhead ability. Detonates the truck, triggering a nuclear explosion. 4 seconds, and it takes 4 seconds to detonate. This ability cannot cancel once it starts. Oh man, this has to do friendly fire as well. There's no way it doesn't, right? I want to see that this game. That is insane. It's basically a portable nuke. But I wonder if it doesn't activate if you destroy the truck before the 4 seconds is up. Almost like, you know, if you're attacking a ghost or something that's trying to call down a nuke. We have more probes going to base number 4. Taking a look, we also have base number 4 coming down for Terrarn as well, our Synoid player. Something just died right here. I think it was some scouting unit, which I missed. What is this? We have a sensor as well. This thing looks super sick. Also has an armed warhead ability. Is that what we were looking at earlier? It must be. Yeah, okay, this is also a sensor, but it is able to activate the warhead. The other one wasn't. What is this ability? We have a heal area. So the sensor will become a stationary healing unit. Oh, that's pretty cool. And it heals 10 life at the cost of 2 energy, reduces energy regen rate as well. Interesting. So that's a really interesting, it's like a mix of a support slash, like, I don't know, Hail Mary unit. That's really cool, actually. We have a potential engagement at base number 4, though. This is looking like a terrifying army, and RedHood knows his army's terrifying. He's like, come at me, bro. I dare you. What I would do is kind of engage this army and then maybe drive one of my nuke trucks into the middle of this and see if I could do some major damage. This is a decent choke point for RedHood, I feel like. We have that healing field, and we can actually see the area that it heals. That's actually really cool. But Terrarn on the retreat, I feel like he just doesn't have enough army supply to deal with this. And take a look at the total supply right now. 172 total supply to 120. These Dragoons splitting just a little bit. I think RedHood is feeling confident with this engagement. But I don't know if the split was the right decision because now he's losing a lot of Dragoons. And this is giving Terrarn the opportunity to catch up in resources lost, I feel like. Let's take a look at the resources lost. Well, actually, you know what? I'm kind of eating my words right now. He's double. He's double in resources lost to his opponent. 7,000 to 3,700 in favor for our purple Brood War Protoss player. Oh, what is this unit? A Carolean Walker. That almost looked like, I don't know, like a ground capital unit, like a ground tier 3 unit for the Synoid. Oh, here we go. We have nukes. I don't know what's calling this down, though. Either way, those, what are these? The microprocessors did go down. Wait, can anything arm a warhead? Like, literally anything? No, only certain things. So we have the microprocessors, which I think are like your supply depot equivalents, but I guess you can arm the warhead in them as well, which is kind of crazy. And the Carolean Walker, I don't know if I'm saying that right, has insane range. What's the range on this thing? Range is 14. That's pretty good. How much damage does it do? What? 66 damage and 86 versus armor? That is absolutely outrageous with 600 HP. What? That is so crazy. We also have the Cossack, which appears to be, what is this? So it's a anti-ground flying unit. Looks like a helicopter. This is such an interesting race, man. I'm really trying to I'm trying to decide what the theme is. Oh, man. Because we do have, like, some alien-type looking units, right? They look like, I don't know, some weird hybrid between, like a Zerg unit and, like, a Terran unit, I guess. I said Protoss earlier, but I think it looks more like Terron to me now that we're looking at this, this race kind of develop. But, I don't know, man. Base, I want to say this is number 5 or 6. I think 6 in danger right now, ultimately going down. But these Carolean Walkers are just so scary. But they do have a slow rate of fire. And this is a lot of Dragoons, but the healing units able to keep a lot of these Synoid units alive. These nukes getting denied, and it says Nidus Swarm detected in the UI. I think that's pretty funny, actually. Oh, man. Oh, this one's going to go. This one's going to go. Yeah, that's just straight up a nuke like the Terron would do. Can every single structure do that? How much does it cost to arm a warhead? It doesn't say it costs money. No way. Any building can... Oh, look at this. I'm clicking on all of them. And all the warheads can be, like, armed from any building, I feel like, except for your main mining structure. And oh, no, even your siphon, which is, like, your assimilator, can be a nuke. That's hilarious. That's actually outrageous. Your entire base is dangerous to your opponent, but also to yourself. Absolutely outrageous, you guys. These Dragoons ultimately left behind by the rest of the Protoss, and they will go down. This Dragoon able to join his brothers. We also have an Archon here as well with 1 kill. We have the Templar. I saw one somewhere. Here we go. Storm is researched, by the way. What is this? There was something on this Cossack. Anyway, maybe it was the Lapta accelerators. Zealot legs are also finished. As we can see, the Zealots are running around like speedlings. It looks like RedHood has his eyes on base number 4. No, this is base number 4, actually. I guess base number 5 went down. Was this base number 5? I can't even remember. But these Carolean Walkers are so cool looking. Man, I have to play this race now. I have to play this faction. They just look so, so sick. Meanwhile, look at this. This is what I was talking about. All these structures, there's no way you can destroy all of them before the nukes go off. Luckily, though, RedHood was... Never mind. Never mind. I was going to say... RedHood saying, lol, it's stupid. And now we have kind of a switch up. Now it looks like Terrarn is going for the aggression. I'm pretty sure that was a recall. I'm pretty sure that was a recall into the main base by the Protoss. But I was going to say, luckily he's out of the way of all the nukes and then lost in his entire army. And now Terrarn able to go with the counter. We do have a few units here left over by the Protoss player, but not a lot. What I would do is kind of just maybe enter a base race situation. Taking a look at the supply, it's still in favor for our purple Brood War Protoss player. More nukes coming down, kind of. I mean, more buildings turning into nukes, I guess. Absolutely insane. That made my eyes bleed just a little bit to see that, but like in a good way. I don't know how I could make that good, but it somehow is. Looks like base number 3 also in danger for RedHood, unfortunately just losing the majority of his army. A lot of storms being placed on top of these units, though. A lot of the Caroline walkers going down. I feel like once these go down, this army is going to be a lot weaker. And they're so slow, but so tanky. Both of the Caroline walkers do go down, but do we have enough leftover units for RedHood to keep this base alive is the question. I'm not so sure. Taking a look at the workers killed, 45 workers killed by purple, 21 killed by green. This Archon is still alive and at full health. And ultimately, I think potentially able to survive, maybe not though. The Archon does go down. Now we only have 3 Dragoons. We have a couple Zealots here, and by a couple I mean a handful of Zealots coming in to save the day. Taking a look at the main base for our Synoid player, it's basically non-existent, but kind of like because of Terrarn. Terrarn basically nuked his entire base, but it was almost worth it. This Arbiter with its effectively Sky Tickle Cannon doing some slow damage to this base number 4. We have another base in the middle of the map as well. I don't know who's ahead right now. Taking a look at the units, what do we have where workers are concerned? We also have carriers on the field, actually. Oh, I like this, but what we're looking... Oh, yeah, okay. We have 67 probes to 45 prospectors. So the economy is in favor for our purple Brood War Protoss player. Let's take a look at the resources lost because the entire base was effectively a nuke. Okay, 27,000 resources lost to 19,000 resources lost. And here we go. We have a recall of Zealots into the main base. Great reaction time by Terrarn, though, able to cancel that that main mining building. That I think it was the Mycoid Processing Center or something. But there's really no reason. There's no reason to rebuild that. There's no minerals left in the main base. What is it called? The Mycosynaptic Choir. I don't know where I got Processing Center from. I'll be real with you guys. I don't know who's ahead in this game. I feel like purple's ahead. Just taking a look at the minimap, the resources lost, and the units. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is looking to be in favor for our Brood War Protoss player, but that loss in the main base of all those Dragoons was looking really scary. The carriers do make themselves known, and I don't know. This might be it. This might be it. I don't know if Terron has an answer to these carriers or not. I really think he doesn't. Once carriers enter the game, unless you have a counter or enough units to answer them, it's basically game over. And Terrarn throwing out the GG, giving the victory to RedHood. What a sick matchup. If you guys enjoyed what you saw, please consider shooting me a like and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. And if you want me to cast any of your own games, I will leave my email and Discord in the description below. And I'll see you guys on the next one.